Hey, special educators. Welcome to Teach, Taskbox, Inspire, the podcast dedicated to making your job as a special education teacher easier by making your instruction more fun for you and your students. Inside each episode, you'll learn how to get the most use out of your task boxes in the classroom. I'm your host, Lisa Holliday from Chalkboard Superhero, a veteran special education teacher passionate about empowering you with purposeful teaching strategies, helpful tips and tricks, and other classroom management tools that will help you thrive in your role. Let's get started with today's episode. Hey there, special education teachers, and welcome back to another episode of Teach, Taskbox, Inspire. I'm your host, Lisa Holliday, and today we're diving into a crucial topic for special education teachers, addressing executive functioning skills in the classroom. These skills, like organization, time management, and self-regulation, are often challenging for our students, especially since COVID, because now that we're seeing a lot of those kindergarten, first, second graders really didn't get the chance to be in the classroom learning a lot of these skills, there are so many deficits by the time they reach fourth, fifth, and sixth grade. But with the right tools and strategies, we can really help make them understand and learn their executive functioning skills. So you might be thinking, okay, Lisa, what is executive functioning? I've heard this word before, but I'm not sure what it is. So it really is just a set of those mental skills that help us manage our thoughts, our actions, our emotions to achieve any goals. Think of it as the brain's kind of air traffic control system. For many of our students, this system doesn't operate as smoothly as it could and should. So they might struggle with planning, initiating tasks, or even following multi-step directions. I remember one time I went to an autism conference and I couldn't get this out of my mind. They said, think of it as planning a Thanksgiving dinner for 12 people. You have to have amazing executive functioning skills in all areas to get this done with success. So what are the 11 executive functioning skills? Let's kind of list them out. The first one is planning. So you want to be able to set goals, determine the steps to achieve them. In the classroom, this might look like a student struggling to create an outline for a project or learning when to do homework. If you get assigned homework on Mondays, maybe you struggle to kind of divvy it up throughout the week. So that planning deficit is there. Number 2 is organization, keeping track of materials and information. A disorganized desk or frequently misplaced assignments are common signs of this. Have you ever seen a student open their locker and it is just like a tornado hit it? This is what I'm talking about. Their organization skills need help. Number 3, time management. Estimating how long tasks will take and using time effectively. For example, a student may spend too much time on one question and fail to complete an entire test. My daughter is a 6th grader. She's 11 years old and struggles with time management. We actually just came up with our 2025 brand new New Year's resolution about time management because she is a procrastinator and likes to wait till the last second to get everything done. And so we are focusing this year on her time management skills. Number 4 is task initiation, starting tasks without undue procrastination, right? A student might sit at their desk unsure of how to begin an assignment for a long period of time. Number 5, working memory. Holding information in mind while using it. This might appear as difficulty following multi-step instructions. Number 6, metacognition. Self-monitoring and evaluating one's performance. A student might not realize they made a mistake until it's pointed out by a teacher. So the ability to be able to kind of go back and check is really important. Number 7 is self-control, sort of regulating behavior and emotions. So seeing impulsivity in class, like calling out answers, is a common example of this. Attention, sustaining focus on tasks. A student may struggle to kind of concentrate during independent work time. Number 9 is flexibility, adapting to new situations or perspectives. For instance, a student might get upset when a routine is unexpectedly changed. Number 10 is perseverance, staying motivated despite the challenges. Giving up easily on difficult tasks is a sure sign of difficulty in this area. I see this all of the time. Lots of my students, especially the ones that are identified, raise their hand asking for help before they even give it a shot. So we're working on perseverance constantly in the class. And the last one is goal-directed behavior. Setting and following through on goals. A student might have trouble keeping track of their long-term assignments or projects. If you give a quarterly project, this might seem impossible for some students and they might wait till the last second to get it done. So why does this matter in special education? These skills are really the foundation of independence and success, both academically and in their daily life. Imagine trying to complete an assignment without being able to break it into manageable steps, or attempting to follow a routine without understanding what the heck comes next. Addressing these skills isn't just about academics. It is about building lifelong capabilities. I'm sure if you thought about it, you can identify some adults that you work with, or even some family members that need help with their executive functioning skills. All right, so how do we help? Number 1, visual support. You know how I like my checklists and visual schedules. So busting those out and some other task organizers to really provide clarity. For example, a morning routine chart can help students transition into their school day smoothly. So coming in off the bus, getting their stuff out of their locker, putting their stuff away in the classroom, getting prepared for the school day. All of these little checklists in the morning should help. Number 2, chunking tasks. Breaking assignments or activities into smaller, more manageable parts really helps students kind of brainstorm ideas, and they're able to kind of prioritize what needs to come first, second, and third. Number 3, explicit teaching. I want you to try to teach executive functioning skills just like you teach any other skill. Just say, okay, today I'm going to teach them time management, and just set aside 2 to 3 minutes here and there to really help them understand what time management is, how they can use a timer to keep on track, and learn to use their timer. Which brings me to number 4, use timers. Timers can help with time management and transitions. A visual timer gives that concrete sense of how long a task should take. Number 5 is positive reinforcement. Yes, celebrate progress in using these skills. For instance, if a student successfully uses a checklist, acknowledge that effort. Number 6 is modeling. I want you to demonstrate these executive functioning skills in action. Show them, model it, how students can organize their materials or plan their schedule. Sometimes when I want their desk to look a certain way, I'll take a picture of what it should look like, because oftentimes I'll walk by and it looks like a hot mess, and I'll point to the picture and say, oh, your desk should look neat and tidy. And they'll understand to kind of copy the picture of what their desk should look like. Using interactive tools like apps or like digital things can really help for older students, such as calendar apps or project management software, really designed for students to help them get more organized. So let's talk about real life examples. I had a student once, let's call him Bill, who struggled to complete any assignments independently. What we did was we introduced a schedule. It was a visual checklist for his daily tasks, and I paired it with a timer. So over time, he became more confident in managing that work. It wasn't overnight, but with consistent support, Bill's ability to self-regulate improved significantly. He was able to do the timer all by himself, get out his work and start it, and understand that he had to complete that work in that allotted time. So honestly, building executive functioning skills does take time, patience, creativity, and remember, each small step forward is a victory worth celebrating. And you might not, make a whole lesson of it. You're not spending 40 minutes working on, self-regulation skills. Maybe you're taking 2 minutes here, 2 minutes there. Maybe a lesson ended 5 minutes before the bell rings, and you want to explicitly teach about metacognition or task initiation or time management skills or how to be organized. Taking those 4 to 5 minutes here and there is really how you're building in teaching executive functioning skills. Keep at it though, and know that your efforts are setting the students up for future success. Thank you for tuning into this episode. I really hope you found these strategies helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your fellow educators. Until next time, guys, bye-bye. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Teach, Taskbox, Inspire. I hope you've gained some tips and motivation to fuel your week ahead. If you're ready to explore more strategies for empowering your students as independent learners, be sure to dive into my free training at chalkboardsuperhero.com/training. And don't keep all this knowledge to yourself. Share this episode with your special education teacher friends who could use some motivation and inspiration. One more thing before you go. If you're finding this podcast helpful and want to show support, head to Apple Podcasts and leave your rating and review. Until next time, keep teaching, taskboxing, and inspiring.